Which is the more satisfying win, Tuesdays or this one? Or Wednesdays?
Well, putting them both together, I think, is the whole idea of the satisfying, what makes it satisfying. I mean, and if we could do it again, then all of a sudden you got a pattern of how to play that's successful. So, but I think this game, you know, it had its pockets of the beginning of the periods where they were, you know, they were coming at us pretty good. But once we weathered that storm, I thought we did an awful lot of good things. And our power play was great, and our penalty killing was great, and that's good combinations.
Is there something that explains this turnaround? The PK was never going to be as bad as it was, but it really seems to have found its groove.
They've worked really hard at it. Mike's done a really good job, him and Trent, on the penalty kill, and they work really hard. And you got a bunch of athletes that want to succeed. They don't like being at the bottom of anything, and so they've paid a lot of attention to it, and consequently, they're starting to get better at it. We're not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, you can definitely see trends in the right direction.
Did you see this coming then? Did you see enough that you were optimistic?
Well, I knew that this team could play better than it was playing, and so now they've started, and we've you know, sort of kept the lineups, had the ability to keep them the same, I think, which really helped too. And so, I mean, you could see that we were getting better in spots, but never complete. And like the Colorado game and this game was more complete. Even the Las Vegas game, if it wasn't for the last 10 minutes, would have been a pretty complete game. So you see it. You just hope you can keep it going and elevate it to a point where you're doing that automatically every night.
You talked about the start of periods. How about Spencer in the first, making the first two saves in the first 2 minutes, how different that might have made things?
Well, yeah, that's, you're right. I mean, he made the big saves when he needed to make the big saves, and but that's everything. I mean, how many times have we come down and missed the net on a breakaway, and then the other team come down and score? That's hockey. So, I mean, but, you know, you need the guy at the back end, and, you know, I mean, Spencer, I think, has surprised an awful lot of people, and he's played very consistently, so that's great.